key lime pie. I can't have you.
Talking about key lime pie here on this Friday. I thought we were going to talk about heat, but dang, key lime pie sounds really good.
Yeah, actually it does. We might want to change this thing up, right?
How's it going, Paul?
It's going good. How you guys doing? Just follow me around while I'm doing my thing.
All right, sounds good. I guess I'm interested in why it's so hot these days. It's not just hot in the Northeast. You said it's like hot in a lot of places.
I mean, it is because we've had a dominant high pressure system that just wouldn't allow for a lot of changes to happen, and so we had a flow of air that was coming out of the south. So, for example, I'm going to pop up a couple of things here for you. And like, I mean, even though we do concentrate a lot in the Northeast, that's not the only place where we concentrate. Like, as we take a look at what's going on for Saturday, we have the cold front that's going to begin to push through and bring in that surge of cooler air. But one thing right here, you see this right here? This is, this is the warm front. And a lot of times people don't understand what it is, the warm fronts, and what they're seeing on the maps. So we're going to go over that and just really briefly kind of show you what's happening. First of all, we've had high pressure, dome of high pressure. Nothing usually happens, lots of sunshine, and it's clear and all that kind of stuff. So that allows a lot of heat to kind of bake. It's like turning the oven on broil and then keeping it on, you know what I'm saying? And never turning it off.
Nice and hot.
Nice and hot. Now, when you look at these maps here, go back to the maps. When you're looking at the maps, you see those arrows? You see how those arrows are going? This is actually showing you the direction of the warm air. So when you're looking at this map right here, see this warm front? You see these little half circles here? Right here. You see those little half circles? Those are the warm front barbs, so to speak. Now, when you see those circles actually have a meaning, believe it or not. Those circles indicate the direction in which the warm air is going. See, this is the front edge of the warm air, and the barbs are indicating it's going which way? This way. Just like this, get what I'm saying? Now watch, this is the other side of it for the cold front. Go back over there. You see this cold front? This is a bubble of cold air. Which direction? Is it going this way or this way? But if you look at where the little triangle barbs are, it's telling you that the cold air is going that way. So the direction of the barbs tells you the way in which the air is advancing. So the warm air is surging in this direction. So we have the warm air over the Ohio Valley region, Mississippi Valley region, and the warm air is coming out of the deep south and it's surging to the north. So we have at least one more day of really warm air. But the cool air that's coming out of Canada, all right, you can see those arrows indicating that cooler air that's coming down, but it's going this way and that's this way. So the bubble is expanding.
This is for Tori K. She said, "Gotta love that green screen."
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to show her.
It is a cool thing, right?
Yeah.
But that's how that happens.
So that's explaining a lot about. I always wondered what
these fronts
what the front means.
I mean, and so that helps us with getting what's going on. Now, the thing you got to remember is that typically with cooler air, it's less humid. So we're looking for less humid air Saturday to come across Bangor, Boston, New York, Philly, D.C. Now, coming out of here, remember the direction of the air, okay? We have moderate humidity down here, more moisture, more heat. That is surging this way. Now, when you have warm air surging this way and cold air coming this way, when the two meet, or when the twain become one, twain becomes one, and they weave together. Basically, they butt heads with one another. And as that happens, you can think of them as when they crash together, out pops some rain. Warm air, cool air, crash together.
Boom someone said boom right there.
Boom. Boom. There it is, right? So this is the entire aspect of what's happening with the warm air. It creates spotty storms. Now, when you have severe storms, it's spotty because you have one air mass here, another air mass there. They're kind of sliding across each other. But when they hit directly, or when this cold front is cutting underneath all the warm air, then that's when it lifts all that real high in the atmosphere, and it creates tall clouds and thunderstorms. So when you have warm air in place and this cuts underneath it, lifts that warm air up, creates severe storms, that's usually the formula that you'll have. So, but for Saturday, as you see, we're going to see less humid air for the Northeast, still boiling like a pot of grits, so to speak, down in the deep south. And then this warm air that's in place here, it's actually going to overtake Detroit, as well as really reaching up towards Pittsburgh, but all of Ohio, West Virginia, and all of that.
People say, great animation. We have the best animation here at AccuWeather. I love our animation maps.
You bet. So it makes it a lot easier to do that. One last thing we're going to go over, and that's this. The placement of the highs, these clockwise and direction, when these highs, they create like a big, gigantic, just sweeping, okay? So it's clockwise. Now what's happening is, this is grabbing onto the cooler air up here, bringing it down. So it's warm with low humidity, remember, because it's from up north. Now, if that same high was down here, it would grab the warm air and fling it back up towards us. That's what's been causing all of the warm air along the East Coast. The high pressure systems have been grabbing that warm southern air, southern fried air, and dumping it right into the north. So that's why it's been uncharacteristically warm.
Yeah, very warm in September here. It definitely doesn't feel like fall. It feels like summer here.
In fact, according, because I've already done the forecast and portions of Canada, we're threatening or going to get close to record highs in Quebec, Montreal, Halifax. We're going to be approaching some record highs there. Regina may actually get a little bit closer to their record highs, and Winnipeg as well. So once again, it's all about the placement of those highs, what they do, and then remember what's happening with those air masses. So the next time you see a cold front and those little triangles, or a warm front and those little half circles, you actually can know from a meteorological standpoint what they mean. That means you now speak weather.
There we go. Thanks for breaking it down for us this Friday. Everyone have a happy Friday. Follow us at AccuWeather as well as at Breaking Weather. And Paul, what's your Twitter handle for those?
Paul_Accu.
All right. Paul_Accu. Thanks a lot. All right. See you, Periscope viewers.